Hey everyone, welcome as always to Hilly on Sunday night for HRF1. We're here for short qualifying 50% race at Austria. So the Red Bull Ring, always fun track, usually provides some decent entertainment. So what is going on? It's okay, thank you. Right, okay, let's get me sharing done, shall we? Here we go. Go, share it in HRF1 and share it in WAOF1. And let's share it in BRF1. There we go. All shared. Uh, just before we get too far into this, I'm just going to do a quick battery change because I know that ones I've got are low, so I'm just going to quickly change them. Okay, there we go. I'm back. Excellent. And let's go to the stream manager. Get that open. Yeah, right, got it. Evening, Whoopi. Hello, hello, hello. And just quickly at the start of the stream, I just want to say to anybody that was going to tune in on Friday for the PRF1 stream, unfortunately, I was in rather a lot of pain with my back, so I took a lot of medication and decided it was best that I didn't go live on air. So thank you very much to Clem and oh dear me, I think I've forgotten the other lad's name, but thank you very much to you guys. Oh, Fuse, that's it, Fuse. Thank you to you guys for covering me. Don't know what's sharing. I've got that up. Oh, I've got to get the app up. Here we go. Recently closed. Okay. Really, Whoopi? Not a fan of the old Austria. It's a really light track, isn't it? It's probably the easiest track of the season, but I guess that's a personal preference thing, really. But I don't know. I agree with you, really, man. I've never been a particular fan of this one. It's alright for comms. It's usually really good for comms, but racing it though, no, I'm not a fan myself. I'm not gonna lie. I've just realised it's sprint race as well, so just to add to your woes, Whoopi, you get to do an extra 12 laps this evening. Try to hide your enthusiasm. Um, oh, hang on, I'm still on WAF1 database. I've got to change it. to the HRF1 database. Hey Vice, how's you young'un? And Agnot, hello Agnot, he's here to support Checo. He's hoping Checo can have a good one. So yeah, just a reminder, so we're short quali sprint race of 12 laps followed by 50% race, which is 36 laps here. So sounds like a long one, but with it being Austria, it's only a short lap here, the shortest of the season, in fact. Unless you're exceptionally quick at Monaco, you might be able to get that in quicker, but I don't think so. If you're doing that, you're doing something really wrong at Austria. So, good to hear, Vice. Yeah, all good, Agnat. Thank you very much. So we are heading in. Yeah, it's going to connect. It's disconnected at the moment. Why is it disconnected? Am I on the right thing? Yes, I am. I'll give it a bit of time. Hi, Brian. You have all the softs. Fantastic. It's a bit naughty though. You should let other people have some softs. Have all of them. Ah, the app started working. Excellent. So there we go. Oh, look at that. Somebody's really quick coming out the garage. Who would that be? That'd be a Williams, would it? It's one of the Lithuanians. Anyway, I could see the Lithuania flag on the garage there. So, in a way, looks like, well, it's not Boulanger out first. There is, I think his teammate got out ahead of him actually. There is somebody up here. There you are, it's Bartas who was out first. He was out first last week. I think he's getting into a little bit of a rhythm here of getting out early. I don't know how to get the setups on so fast and change the fuel and do all those little bits so fast that they can get out that quick. Okay, fair enough, Brian. So, just wondering what should I do for our little channel point thing tonight. What should I, should we do a quali, should we do a race one? Sure. You got, bear in mind obviously because there's sprint as well. I think maybe should we go for a race one tonight? So let's pick a driver. I'm gonna close my eyes, open them, and whichever driver's name I see first is the one we're doing. So 3, 2, 1. It's Corey. Corey was the first driver I saw. Actually, that's a lie. It's Bowden, but Corey was second. The reason I'm not doing Bowden is I've already done Bowden, and I don't want to do Bowden again. So Bowden, I'm sorry, but no. I've already done you, so I'm going to do somebody else. So Corey was the second one I saw. So that's who we will do. So let's go race. And ooh, I'm just realising Corey's a really difficult one to do because he's been in exceptional form recently. So I feel like I want to do will he be top 6, but that might be a little bit unfair. I think should we go for a top 8 for Corey? So will Corey finish top 8 in the race? Will Corey finish 105.9 by the way for Bartas, Steve 106.2, Ronaldo 107.1. Let's go to Corey. So will Corey finish top 8 in the race. It will of course be yes. Or no. So there we go, guys. I feel like we should only have the 20-minute submission because of the. I don't think it'd be fair to see the part of the sprint race. So 20 minutes to get your channel points on. There we go. That is live. So give it a go, guys. Have a bit of fun. What do you think Corey can do? Well, he's P5 at the moment on a 105.038. Boulange already into the 104s and a 104.3. Gunner's 104.6. Debon 104.9 and Chris 104.9 as well. Lots of laps already on the board. Let's get to. And that was Monsters just crossing the line actually. So 105.4. Somebody else just nipped ahead as well. Brian's just gone into P6 on a 104.9. It's just starting to look a little bit tasty tonight. Already looking very quick. So validation there for Twiglet. Hunter just started his lap, so just coming up to the hairpin. And to turn 4. So looking good so far. The boss man. Seems a bit loud. Is that a bit loud, guys? I'm just gonna check your settings. Audio settings. Yeah, we're up on 8. That should be on 4 for comms. There we go. So hopefully that should be a bit better. So Hunter heads for the line. It's a 105.5 for his first lap. Puts in P12. To Massey, he was out there as well, just coming through turn 4. So Massey is heading up, and he's looking to get his first lap on the board, heads into the penultimate corner. And across the line, 104.8 puts him in P4, just ahead of his teammate this evening, who is D-Bomb. So a good first lap run for both the Alpines. That is Hunter, who's going to be on an in-lap. Is Chris back out there, I think, or is he heading in? Well, actually, let's just have a look, see if Chris heads. No, it looks like he's heading into the pits. He stayed right pretty early on. So Blanche is on an outlap. So come on, Brian, put it all the way in. I have the full force of that. Bowden is out of qualifying. What's happened to Bowden? There's an invalidation from Boulange in a way, so no good for his second attempt. Aurelius attempts down, which is a pretty hefty amount just through sets of 1. Oh dear, Brian. Glorious then. Just going to complete the lap. He managed to find anything. Little bit wide on the entry there on the final corner. I think he's coming over to start a lap actually, so let's stick with him. I'd have fought on my toes there, we could have done the hilly hop lap with him. But we shall save that for someone else. Around goes. And just over a tenth up in sector 1. It's down now to turn 4. Pretty decent. And the sector 2 split is right in between these two left-handers. Oh, and there's a Mercedes on the right. I don't know what that was on the inside. I think it might have been an AlphaTauri, but it's... I don't know if the two cars together made Lycorius maybe take his eye off the ball a little bit, but that has ruined his lap. We've got Gaz quarter of a second up in sector 1, another quarter of a second up in sector 2. That would already put him down to a 105.1. Presumably we'll have more to come in the final sector. Heads to the line, it's a 105.199. In fact, didn't gain any more in the final sector, lost a little bit, and is P11. Anybody else out there? Yep. Swiglet, who is improving nicely. So, small gain in sector 1, but an almost 6/10 gain in sector 2. Just about manages not to invalidate the final corner there. Heads to the line, 105.4, puts in P13. Nice improvement, up 3 places, but time-wise, nice improvement. Let's come up then. Lunar slightly up in sector 1, half a tenth down in sector 2. Can he find anything in the final sector? Here he comes, 104.764. Doesn't improve his time on the second run. Massey going slow. Well off the track, in fact. I can't imagine he'd be running through there just to let drivers through. So I think he has had a little moment or something. So, hell, where's Chris? He's just coming up to the end of sector 2. Nah. He's well down, isn't he? Yeah, he is miles down, so see if we spot a minus somewhere on one of these laps. There we go, Bartas is just over a tenth up through sector 1. Sorry, just under a tenth up through sector 1. Heads into those two left-handers, to say the end of the second split is just here, and he's 7 tenths down. Something didn't quite go right for him there in sector 2. It was Steve on an outlap, so that's pretty well timed actually. He's in the final sector, so we'll do the hilly hot lap with him. So into the ultimate corner. Obviously, to start a lap, you just want to take a wider line and open up the exit a little bit on the final corner, just to be able to put your foot down that much better. And head up to turn 1, use a bit of the outside curb and turn in, nicely done. It's all about trying to get on the power as quick as you can to take you all the way up the hill, DRS open. Turn 2 is this little left-hand kink in the road, and then turn 3, the hairpin. Again, keep the car wide, turn in nicely. Open up the steering as quickly as you can, which will allow you to get on the throttle. DRS open again here, all the way down to turn 4. You want the car as far left as you can without invalidating. Turn in to reasonably late apex. Again, open up the steering, get on the power as quick as you can. 5 is this long right-hander, which then leads into 6 and 7, the two left-handers. And the split is just there, almost 3 tenths up. Did have a little oversteering moment coming out of 6. Then through turn 8, the right-hander into the penultimate corner then. And just be careful not to run too far wide. Did run very wide, it could have invalidated, but must have come off the power enough. Over the line, and doesn't improve in the end, half a tenth down, but wasn't a bad run from Steve. I think he just made a little bit of a mistake there at the end that cost him the time. Let's head somewhere else then. Chris not improving. How's Steve? D-Bomber's gone up to P2. Looks like he's getting out of the way here, so who is that he's out of the way of? Bartasu is on an outlap. Corey here, just a tenth up. It's the driver that's on the back of Bartas. He'll be one of... Bartas, get out of the way. He needs that Williams out the way, and he doesn't. And Bartas, I'm afraid Bartas, that will be a penalty. He has impeded Corey's hot lap. You must have your wits about you. So no excuses for that one. They're right behind you. It is a short lap, and when you got 20 cars out on the track here in a short qualifying session, it does get rather crowded. But then again, that's all the more reason to keep your wits about you. Right, so that's just coming up to the end of sector 2. And good news is, I think Corey should be able to get in and out again, so he will get another go. Very, very tight. The top 10, all covered by 6 temps, all in the 104s. Bartas heads to the line, improves by nearly 4 temps, stays P6. Yeah, stays P16, but improves his time very nicely indeed. Let's go to Checo, it invalidated, and see, yeah, I think he's actually just starting this run, so this is his actual hot lap now. As you can see, Aston Martin exiting the pits, and Boulange goes faster again, 104.150. That is some time. Time's gotten a lot faster since I last raced here. Got this coming up actually. I race here during the week at some point. Can't remember exactly. I think it's on Wednesday. So almost 3.5 temps up through sector 2 here for Checo. It's enough to gain 1 place. Need quite a lot of time in this final sector really to gain another. And heading for the line then, Checo 105.9, gains just over 5 temps, gains 1 place ahead of Steve, but that is P17 for Checo. Always much stronger in the race as Checo. So Blanche retires it out as he doesn't have enough time to do another run. So, and I think the one he's done is perfectly good enough, to be honest. D-Bomb 104.574 now. P2 Hunter. Hunter's gone up to P3 104.627. Hunter, where did that come from? Massey 104.651. Gunnar 104.695. Brian retires out. Down at turn 1, it looks like. Something's happened. What's happened, Brian? Gazza heads to the line, doesn't improve. Well, interestingly, Corey is pretty much the same up through sector 2 that he was on that previous lap where he got impeded. Alpha's not going to be in a rush to get out of the way right now because they are looking to make the line. Corey heads to the line and does improve. Just under half a tenth. 104.895 has you P10. 104.898 has you P11. Wow. Okay, there is the checkered flag. The checkered flag is out. Gunnar not improving. Well, in fact, Gunnar has improved. He's gone back up to P3, just ahead of Hunter. There, Whoopi maybe. Oh no, just runs off track slightly there. Chris miles down. Valungus is off track. Corby knows already done his lap. Monster's a few temps up coming out the final corner. How do you push it into the 104? It's not quite. Improves by basically 2 temps. Which has him P14 just behind Licorius. And I think I'll have a double check, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Yeah. That is nobody else on a lap, which is going to improve them. So D-Bomb, better look after your Alpine. D-Bomb's making your Alpine go a little bit quicker than you do, Craig. I'll be honest. Ouch! That's like an arrow through the heart. It's going straight through his heart. Is your telemetry available to me? It is. Speed trap 327, Mr. Brian. That's about in the middle somewhere, mate. That is about in the middle. The highest is 332. No, 331. The lowest. The lowest I can see on here is 321. Yeah, I think that is the lowest. The 321 is not red, it's supposed to be red, but yeah, that appears to be the lowest. So, yeah, you're just about in the middle there. I don't know if I should tell you who's fastest, Whoopi. I can tell you what is the fastest, and I could tell you what is the lowest, but I don't think I should tell you who is the fastest. That would be a bit naughty. So, there we have it. Anyway, congratulations to Blanche, who takes pole, D-Bomb P2, Gunnar 3, Hunter 4, Matty in 5, Brian 6, Whoopi 7, Chris 8, Valungus 9, Corey fills out the top 10. X11 then, the last of the drivers that was in the 104s in P11, Gaza 12, Licorius 13, Monsters 14, Twiglet 15, Bartas 16, Checo 17, Steve 18, Ronaldo 19, and Bowden didn't get a time on the board, and we'll start P20. No, I can't tell you who's lowest either, Brian, because that's literally... If I can't tell you who's fastest, I can't tell you who's lowest, can I? I mean, if it was one of you two, I would actually tell you, but it's not either of you two. I told you, you're sort of in the middle, Brian. And, well, in fact, Whoopi, you're in the middle as well, because you're 327, so... There you go. I didn't get this app to be able to enable you guys to cheat, you know. Alright? That isn't why I got the app. I can tell you, Craig, yes, I can tell you, yeah. Wait till those two are on track and I'll tell you. You are always in the middle, Brian. That's this. I would say that's a good thing, though. I would say being in the middle probably is where you should be. So you know what it's like? You always get the one insane person that goes way too low on the wings, and you always get the over careful person like me that goes way too high on their wings. It's not a psychological advantage. You would have additional data to what everybody else on the grid has, so that's not psychological, that's cheating. So don't forget, guys, we have got the sprint race coming up, and as you can see, we don't take a proper break for that. There will be a proper 5-minute break between the sprint race and the feature race, so be aware of that one, especially if you're a driver. Here we go. Boulogne sets off pretty quickly. He's done this in previous weeks or in previous races that I've seen him on pole. He likes to set out pretty quickly. He knows, so the rules do state the others do. He is the pace guy. The others have to keep pace with him, and it's a bit frustrating for them because they want to get their tyres heated properly, and this just causes them a few problems. And it looks like Ronaldo and Bowden have had a little bit of a contact. Oh, Bowden's just said sorry to Ronaldo in the chat. Well done, Bowden. Always good to hold your hands up. D-Bomb needs to be getting a move on here. He's way too far back. He needs to pick his pace up. He could be in danger of getting a penalty if he doesn't. So he has caught on to the back of Boulogne now. But, yeah, it may still get looked at though. Should be keeping up throughout the lap. But in a way, that's for another time. So, sorry, let's get the details up. Tyre-wise, 18 drivers on the medium tyres. Brian and Corey have gone with the softs. I was a little bit surprised more drivers haven't gone softs, actually. They can easily do the 12 laps to Austria. There's a couple of drivers getting disqualified for not making their grid slot properly. So Hunter and Massey. And is that my actual view? Because I can't, you know, borrow my dad's binoculars. Jeez. Wow, right, let's go on board then with Massey for the starts. And Massey does get off the line pretty well. Starting a little bit further back in his grid slot, and that has cost him a little bit, you see. If he hadn't have done... Oh, we got a safety car. We've got a safety car for no reason whatsoever that I know of. Well, actually, Bartos and Checo have found themselves at the back. I can only assume they've had a coming together off the start line. Well, answer's on a... Answer's on a postcard. What happened there? I haven't got a clue, to be quite honest with you. I can only assume they've had a coming together off the start line. I don't know what else it could have been. But Bartas and Checo, have they got... Ooh, I think Checo might be missing a wing, you know. Alpine's not used to being that high up. Oh, you do yourself an injustice, Craig. I think they're both missing their front wings, you know. Definitely Checo is, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Bartas is as well. So, whatever happened, it's cost them both their front wings. The only thing I can think is that when they got underway, one of them lost it and hit the pit wall, and the other one's gone into them, or something like that. It's the only thing I can sort of think of. As they both take to the pits, nobody else does, no real sort of gain to pitting on the first lap of a sprint, so cars will catch the safety cars, you can see in front of you here, and then they will continue round, complete this lap. They'll definitely complete another lap after as well, as the safety car must complete a full circuit of the track before it comes in, and so therefore it must do another lap. So the end of lap 3, moving well, it should be in. The guys that have had to pit should be able to catch up before then easily enough. I think I'd have been tempted by the... I mean, to be honest, Craig, it really does depend on where I qualify. If I'm up near the front somewhere, then I'm probably going to mediums. If I'm sort of mid-pack, I'd probably go to softs. And if I'm down the bottom, I would probably go to mediums. But, yeah. It does change a bit from track to track, but at Austria, I think that would be my sort of selection. How's the prediction going then? What's been put on that? Manage prediction. Everybody has gone with yes. When I say everybody, that's two. Two of you have gone yes. That's everybody. So Vice is one of them. Who's the other one? Don't tell me. I can see Vice did. One of you went 100 and the other went 20, so big big channel points tonight, guys. If I just like drained all your channel points in previous weeks or something. Is it you, Craig? Is it? Oh, right. Okay. Slowly building back up now. That's what we'll do. Taking them all off you in previous weeks. I'm so sorry about that. No. So, confirmation then, safety car in this lap. We will resume racing lap 4, which gives us 9 laps of the sprint remaining. Is anything likely to change? Did actually get off well there. It seemed like there was much in the way of changes. You got X11 managed to gain 3 places, as did Steve actually. Ronaldo and Bowden gained 2 each, which is obviously the 2 that been there to start. It's an early safety car. We're about to get going again. In fact, the front man is gone. Boulogne is gone early. So Boulogne follows him, but wasn't anticipating that early a restart. So clever from Boulogne. You got to think if there's another one at some point, whether in the sprint or the main race, Boulogne may have to, as it's a little bit of battling going on further down. Lycorius looked like he maybe had some sort of moment. Go down the pit straight. So look at this between the 2 Astons. Stephen Twigler up into the hairpin. Oh, very, very tight. But they do make it through. It's the Aston Martin garage grimace. And now into turn 4, they're doing it again. Come out, and they're going to come under attack from a Ferrari who's fancying getting involved here. That is Bowden. As, there's an instant. Somebody is dropping down. I think there are a few cars involved, I'm not sure. I can see that Brian's involved. X11's dropped down as well. So I think there may have been some sort of contact. As the and the Aston Martin looks like he might have been pushed off track a little bit there. I don't know. Up the inside of Monsters to get into P11. Just to calm this down a little bit, Bowden. He's gone a bit much, gone a bit OTT. Oh, there's an Aston Martin's gone too hot into the hairpin and is it Monsters. Let's get up the top then. So all sorts of things going on through the field. Yeah, no, I agree, Craig. I think I'm... Oh, Steve's out. Steve is out. Swiglet is off. Steve is out. The 2 Aston Martins. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Oh, dearie, dearie me. And yellow flags. It was just yellow flags, though. We are back running. DRS enabled once more. Does appear to be an on-track retirement, Steve. Shouldn't be doing. And X11 into the pitch, picks up 5 seconds as well. Just an update on Corey. He's up to P7 in the sprint, and he's close to the back of Whoopi, who may be a little bit vulnerable actually. Whoopi does not have DRS, so let's move to that one in fact, because Corey, as you can see, within a couple of attempts here of Whoopi, no DRS, so I think it's likely to be the best Corey can do. P6 with a 3-second gap pretty much to the car ahead would be a lot to chase down in the laps we have remaining. And Whoopi ran a little bit wide there as Chris picks up a pen. okay, Steve. Yeah. Just be aware you might be in trouble for that one, Mud. But in a way, Corey then does get past Whoopi. Any chance of Whoopi coming back? I mean, Whoopi will know to just try and hold on to Corey here. There's every chance. Certainly by the last couple of laps, Corey's tyres should be feeding it quite a bit. So there's every chance if Whoopi can just hold on to him that he can get that place back later on. Corey obviously will be wanting to gap him if he can over a second. He's getting pretty close to doing, and he's gaining on the cars ahead all the time, so still stand by what I said that the next car up the road may be a bit far, but he's having a go. So, through the hairpin we go again. Massey's on the back of D-Bomb here. Would there be any value if D-Bomb can't? If I was in D-Bomb's shoes, I'd be half tempted to say, well, look, I'm going to keep going. I've got a chance. If you get to sort of lap 10, 11, something like that, maybe 11, I think, and you still haven't managed to make your way through, it might be worth giving your opponent, giving your teammate a shot for the last couple of laps of the sprint. Albeit, actually, if either of them had got a real chance of getting past Gunnar for P2, D-Bomb would be the one, because he's got the... By far, he's got the best amount of energy. Leonardo picks up 3 seconds. And for whatever reason, D-Bomb finding it really difficult to do anything about Gunnar at the moment. I mean, I would hope he's not sort of saying, well, I'm going to just leave this till the last lap, save energy, and I'll just put it all into one lap, because that would obviously be preventing his teammate from getting through. Got a yellow flag. Appears to be X11 who's retired in the pits, and his cars come back out on track. A bit careful here, Ronaldo. Yeah, just or it doesn't ghost. See, DRS definitely open. I mean, that's not a place you'd want to make the move in a way. You tend to look to make the move on this straight. Or even a next straight. Right now, it doesn't look to me like D-Bomb's trying too hard to get this move done. I think he is biding his time to go for it on the last lap, I would suggest. Go down to Lungus, just having a little look here at Chris. So, to give you an idea, so the soft tires aren't too bad. Brian's at 37% on his. Remember, he had a spin earlier on. Junkie, or Corey, is on 34%. Checo on, well, he's just approaching 30% now. Of course, he pitted lap 1, so he's got one less lap on him, on his. So, in comparison, all the medium guys are somewhere around the 24-25% mark. So, I think this just seems to have dropped off a little bit. Oh, Bartas! Oh, he spun it round and into the wall on the exit of the hairpin. That will not be the safety car. because we are too close to the end. So just this lap and one more to go in the sprint. As back with D-Bomb, who continues. So he's got 60% energy to Gunnar's 10. Now he can see that light flashing. Now he uses some overtake. Gunnar probably had a better line there through turn 1. But this extra energy is going to make so much difference. As D-Bomb goes one way, then goes the other, makes the move into the hairpin. Gunnar will get DRS back. But ultimately, that extra energy, that's why he saved it. It's one thing making the overtake, but he needed to defend the second straight. So nicely done from D-Bomb, clever. But as I say, it's taken any opportunity for his teammates to try and get a move as well away. But at least one of the cars are through, and let's face it, it's 2-4 for Alpine and beat. Very well received. Boulange into the final corner then. He doesn't want to overtake that, he's going to make Ronaldo do a final lap. So Boulange wins the sprint and takes pole position. D-Bomb P2, very clever in his battle with Gunnar. Gunnar P3, Massey 4, Hunter in 5, Corey a superb P6. With those soft tyres, Valungis in 7, Chris 8, Whoopi in the end 9, Gaza in 10, Bowden 11, Lycorius 12, Checo P13 for Checo, despite that first lap, well, off the line problem. Did well in the end. Brian P14 despite the spin. Monsters 15, Ronaldo 16, and then our DNS were Bartas, who will start 17th, X11 18th, Stephen 19th, and Twigler in 20th. There we have it. Just waiting for Ronaldo, who I don't think wanted to do this final lap, but Boulange wouldn't overtake him, so he's been made to do it. But he completes it, and that is the sprint race over and done with. And we will head into the full 50% race in about 5 minutes, guys. So please, any drivers listening, do not ready up. Wait for an admin to do so. You don't need to ready up at any point. Just wait for an admin to press the button. Grab yourselves a drink, guys, or whatever it is you want to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 5 minutes or take a couple of minutes just to grab myself a coffee, cool down a little bit, and I'll be back with you very shortly for the main race. See you in a minute. Oh, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. Fell out of bed and bumped his head and he never woke up in the morning. Sorry about that, guys, but as Vice is so rightly said, it is rain. Rain, rain, go away. No, don't, rain, don't go away. Make Austria interesting for us, please. So, we're heading. Now, it doesn't look too hard, the rain. I would say that's probably intermediates. We'll know shortly. But I don't think that doesn't look like full wets to me. So here we go for the formation lap. Let's have a quick. Oh, hello. One's getting all sorts of angles there. They were definitely green rims, so we are on intermediate tyres, and it is the full field. So away we go on formation lap. Again, Boulogne, look at the gap he creates. He doesn't hang about, does he? So then, got a couple of disqualifications there. Chris and Whoopi. Come on, D-Bomb. You gotta catch up. This time he is way too far off. Should be on the back of that Williams. Stay line up then, and I get this fantastic view. Get your binoculars out, guys, so we can watch the start. Or who should I go on board with this time? Massey's P4 this time. I went P5. He was P5 last time, so let's go Hunter. Oh, what was that on the standings then? I got a bad feeling Bartas disconnected. So away we go, Hunter. A little bit slow off the line. Gets overtaken by Corey and Volungis. A little bit contact with Volungis. Wasn't anything, to be fair. A little bit of a wheel bang. Nothing wrong with that. Two Alpine side by side again as Gunnar has gotten past them again. Let's get into the lead. What's going on down at the hairpin? Biden looked like he was coming out pretty slow. The other Ferrari dropped a little bit as well, Licorius. And we do have a yellow flag. It looks like Ronaldo's off. Takes a bit of a sort of escape path, if you like. as Massey is going through on D-Bomb. No, D-Bomb's come back. He takes the place. It's the two Alpines. Oh, Craig, this must be agonising. The two Alpines battling away. It's allowing Gunnar to take a little gap. Just a minute, there's a little bit of a problem with the standings there on the left-hand side, so they should correct. Not this time over the line, it's going to be the next time, as you can see. Still rather wrong, so should correct in just a moment. As Hunter loses out again, this time to Gaz and Chris. Gaz is off to a great start, it's a P7. And into the airpin we go once again, side by side, Hunter and Bowden. Out of yellow flags out and looking at the track, can't see anything obvious as to who that is, but at the moment Boulange hasn't pulled out 1 minute and 10 seconds yet, but he is pulling out some gap. If you keep an eye behind, there is the next car, so quite a gap already. When he comes across the line, I think that's going to translate to around about 3 seconds. So, we're all disappointed you're not racing, Craig. We always like to see you on track. So, there you go, 2.7 seconds between Boulange and Gunnar already. Boulange absolutely flying. Superiority in qualifying has translated to the race despite the weather differences. So I thought Massey was going to have a little look there. We did have a little look, but didn't go for the move on this occasion. As I think something's happened. Something has happened, and X11 is dropping. Don't know if he's the only one. Oh! Then he gets a whack from an Aston Martin as well. Shoes Twiglet. Sure what that was about. Strange moment there, but still, yeah, only yellow flags out, no safety cars or anything. We continue on. Oh, I'm not sure, Craig. That's a good question. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Just giving it down to Bowden. He's looking to me like he's lining up a move here on Hunter. Obviously, DRS in these conditions makes it that bit harder. Got to do it the old-fashioned way with a little bit of slipstream. X11 puts up 5 seconds, being in the pit lane. Just to rub salt into the wounds, I guess. Oh, and Twiglet does it as well. They both managed to do it. Twiglet retires out in a way. Shame to lose Twiglet like that. So, there we have it. Still a bit of a, well, it would be a DRS train, wouldn't it? But obviously no DRS, but same sort of thing happening here. Gunnar has pulled out 2.2 seconds on the two Alpines here. Just having a look, and these intermediate tyres are wearing very, very quick, guys. They're almost at 20% already. They are not far off, and it's only lap 5. So they've only completed 4 laps. They are wearing at just over 4% a lap. Which could well mean that this race could, if it depends on what the conditions are going to do, because it does look to me like we might dry up. But if it stays intermediates, this could turn into a 2-stop race. With the wear being that high. But I must admit, at the moment, I suspect that it could dry up. But as you saw from that little camera angle then, from the front wing. It was clearly still raining reasonably hard. As the yellows are out, and that appears, I think that's Ronaldo. He's off at the hairpin, yeah. And oh dear, oh dear. Another little moment there, and if he's lost an end plate that time. So that's going to be a visit to the pits. As we have this battle going. Bowden now on the back of Gaza. Looks like well, if we're going to see an overtake today, this looks like the best place to be able to see it. As that looks to me like that's X11 this time, who's had a moment this time coming out of the final corner. Hopefully Twin's still going though. He's keeping on going. Which he should be. He should be still. He's not a lap down. He's on the lead lap. There's always the chance of a safety car. Remember, no matter what position you finish, as long as you finish in HRF1, you do score points. As we head into another lap, we are now around the sort of 25-26% wear mark. I will say Chris is looking after his tyres very nicely. He's only on 22%. So, a fully intermediate race. As I say, the way it's going, it could turn into a two-stop, but if Chris can look after his tyres well enough, could he one-stop it? Whereas the others have to two-stop. I don't know. It's a bit early to definitely say they're going to have to two-stop, but I mean, we're just coming up to 7 laps completed, as now X11 has had enough, and he retires it out in the pits. 2 drivers gone, both retired in the pit lane. A little bit worried that that Alfa Romeo mate is going to come back out on track. It's driving out. Just a little bit worried with where it is and where it's going to rejoin. Come down here a little bit. There it is. There is the Alfa Romeo. Oh, careful. Just making sure nobody's hitting it. Looks like everybody's missed him okay. It's dangerous doing that. There's his car off. Why am I jumping? I seem to be missing. I've got no idea who it is. Oh, I think what it is, I think I'm looking behind. I think it might be Ronaldo that I'm looking at. So, oh, Ronaldo round, and it hits the wall. That's going to be another wing required, and that is a safety car. That has caused a safety car, and there will be a max exodus into the pits. I believe it's just going to be for fresh inters. No, it's not. It's mediums. Oh, now, are they all doing this? I'm not sure they are. Well, maybe they are, actually. Well, interestingly, Boulange goes to mediums. The following 3 drivers behind him have all gone to hards. Corey has stayed out. Whoopi has stayed out. There's a clear contrast here, guys. To make this clear, the hards... The guys that have gone to hards absolutely intend on, as Ronaldo becomes a 3rd retirement, and a 3rd retirement in the pits. Yeah, so just to be clear, the guys that are going to hards are absolutely intending on going to the end of this race. They have no intentions of stopping again, unless there was to be another safety car. Boulange presumably will have to pit again. So this safety car has just turned this race completely on its head. Now Gaza has pitted to fresh inters. Steve stayed out on his inters. Bartas put fresh inters on, so they're not. It's quite clear they're not 100% sure through the field. As Whoopi stays out. Problem with staying on the inters, what you've got to consider is as Lycorius pits to get rid of his. Yeah, so basically what you've got to consider is if I stay out on the intermediate tyres, not only does it still have to be wet enough when the safety car comes in for them, but it has to stay wet enough, long enough that I can create a gap to then pit. And my thoughts at the moment are that that's not going to happen. So I can't see any rain at all now. I think the rain actually has stopped. Thing is now, these guys are committed. They can't really go back on the decision now, even if the safety car were to start another lap, which I don't think it will. A pit stop for any of them would drop them to the very back. So yeah, interesting to know if Gaza meant to pit the fresh inters, or whether he forgot to change the little thing, you know, on the MFD for the tyre selection. Safety car is in this lap, so we will get going, and it's going to be interesting. Let's go to the three at the front. We're going to have to be, but they may need to be a little bit careful. It depends. Well, they're going to have to be careful either way, because either they're going to have to be careful of the actual conditions themselves, or they're going to have to be careful of the fact they've got a guy ahead on inters that may not be the right tyre. Swiftly looks to defend from Boulange. Boulange is going to look for a switchback, and he gets it and executes it perfectly. And I think Gunnar is going to follow through as well. Wish he wouldn't do that on track, not following through. It's always difficult to tidy up. Sorry, that's so bad. That's such a bad joke. I'm so sorry. In a way, Whoopi loses a couple of places, and that immediately is going to make his heart sink and go, I've made a mistake. So the only thing to do now is to pit. There's no advantage to staying out. He must know he's made a mistake. And he does go to the right, as he's supposed to. Well done, Whoopi. And into the pits he comes. It was worth a little go. It was worth a go, Whoopi. Why not? Sometimes you gamble and it pays off. But on this particular occasion, unfortunately for Whoopi, not to be. The fact that his intermediates were worn as well doesn't help. So he's gone to the hards, and he will look to go to the end of this race. As you can see, yeah, so it's slightly different, you see. So Gaza, if you remember, actually pitted to fresh inters, so his are a lot better tyres than what Whoopi's were, but they aren't going to last long. That's the problem. They're going to start overheating pretty quickly. And I can tell you, the man we're watching at the moment, Brian, is, well, he purpled the first sector. So as Gaza is coming in. He has stayed on that inside line, so in comes Gaza. Say the gamble doesn't pay off for those guys. Unlucky. It's always worth a gamble. They do pay off sometimes. It earned me a podium just the other day. Gambling to come to slicks earlier than everybody else. Oops. Oh, Corey gives D-Bone a little tap on the bum. So, I mean, that tiny little instant there, it's not worth talking about as an instant, but that tiny little touch there, that tells you that it's still not perfect out there. You can still see a bit of dampness actually where the puddles were. So just coming down to Bowden, who's right on the back of Lungus. So, angry head. Massey's light flashing away. Is he actually? Yeah, he's out of energy. Oh, he gets a little bit out of shape as well at the penultimate corner, and that's going to invite Volungus. With DRS, of course. Well, Massey actually had DRS. As Massey squeezes Bowden to the inside. And Bowden goes through. Massey's taken to the escape road. And picks up 3 seconds for that little off the track there. Bowden having a look. Oh my goodness, Brian's getting involved as well. Oh, it's all a bit messy. It's all a little bit messy. Oh, goodness me, they're down to turn 4. Massey sticks his car in there. And he gets ahead of Volungus. Looks like Brian's come out on top at the moment. It's still very, very close. We've got the 2 fast left-handers now. Definitely don't want to be having contact through these 2. That would be a guaranteed spin. They do get through that okay. I feel like Massey just went right. I'm getting the elbows out. Well, actually stayed right. He's into the pits. Massey is in. So I can only assume he's picked up some damage. Ah, no, he's retired. He's retired. In the pits. The 4th driver retired from the race. Retires in the pits. Brian and Bowden continue to battle away. This looks like he's just dropped off a little bit. So, who has the ERS advantage? Well, the ERS advantage sits clearly with Bowden at the moment. In terms of tyres, they're all looking good at the moment. So, really to write at home about on those. At the moment, I can't say that the medium tyres are much higher than the hards. Maybe about a 3% gap between the 2. So, Bowden appears to get slightly out of shape there. As this battle continues, just looking at the rest of the field, do have Corey actually very close to the back of D-Bomb. So these are 2 drivers that went to the hard tyres. So there won't be a massive amount of difference between the mediums and the hards. So both in terms of wear and in terms of time, at the moment, the mediums will have a slight advantage over the hard tyres in terms of pace, but That will gradually change, but let's say it won't be a big advantage. So, Corey, I think, is going to try a little switchback. Can he get on the power well enough for this to work? Should, yeah, it looks like he does. He gets a decent exit, picks up the DRS, and goes to the inside of D-Bomb, and has the move done well before the braking for turn 4, and consolidates that move and a turn 4. Up to P4 now for Corey. It's all looking very good, guys, for your channel points at the moment. Gunnar picks up a pen. Oh, oof. I'm going to use it to Chris's ears directly behind him. Yes, Boulogne sticks in another fast slap of the race, although Chris takes it off him immediately. So, just go to Chris. Oh, and Hunter then takes it back as well. Go to Hunter here because he's looking good for an opportunity either up into the hairpin or on the following straight down to turn 4. So, looked to make a move initially into the hairpin, makes a little bit of silly contact really with Lungus, and that's going to ruin his opportunity down to turn 4, so he's going to have to wait another lap for that one. I'm sure it's coming as Bowden and Brian battle into turn 4, and Bowden edges ahead going into the first of the two left-handers. Stay battling, have a nice little battle, but Bowden comes out on top there, but it's quite possible those two could be switching places lap after lap, quite honestly, as the fastest lap loses another half a second. And I can only assume that that is due to the conditions of the track improving. As Valungus' round, that's on the final corner. Oh, I hope that wasn't a contact. Perfectly possible to lose it yourself there, so I'm not going to presume it's a contact, but you know, they were obviously pretty close together, as Whoopi, I think, must have been told to give that place back then. And then Falungus seems to give it back to him, so all a bit strange, but something going on there. As Brian down to turn 4 again, these two start battling. I think Bowden's held him off this time. So this could easily be one of those scenarios here where there's no distinct advantage to being the car ahead. You may as well. Oh, Brian gets out of shape. He's off and into the barrier, and wow, did that really went on him, didn't it? Just, I mean, I can only assume it was the dirty air that caused that, but it really snapped on him. I tried to save it, but yeah, no saving that one. So, these two, D-Bomb and Corey, continuing to battle. Just go, actually, just go up to these two for a moment. But as you can see, I think you'll find that Chris is doing exactly what I just said for Brian and Bowden about just there's no real value in overtaking at the moment. There's a lot of value in not doing that, but no real value in overtaking Gunnar at the moment. Can't now, in a way, as he drops out. Should find it reasonably easy to get back into the 1 second. Gunnar is out of battery, and see Chris on a good 75%, so he shouldn't have any real issues getting back into the 1 second of the Tauri. Couple of possibilities here. D-Bomb with the first real chance he's had to come back at Corey here, and it's going to be on the brakes. Is Corey going to look to switch back on him again? Does seem to. The other one I was thinking of, Lycorius makes the move on Monsters and gains the place. He's up into P8. I wanted to see if Corey can make the switch back there, but not on this occasion. But yeah, Lycoris gets ahead of Monsters, so Lycoris in the P8, Monsters 12, sorry 9 even. Checo going along quite nicely, by the way, in P10, and he is on the hard tyre, so we may be able to gain some places by going to the end if the medium tyres do have to pit. I have to say at the moment there doesn't seem to be a big difference between the mediums and the hards in terms of wear, so I'm not entirely convinced that they will need to. It's not so much of whether they need to. I mean, in terms of actual tyre wear, I am very confident that the medium tyre runners can get their tyres to the end of this race without them exploding or anything. The question really is more about how much time drop off they will actually have on those tyres, as Corey looks to make the move back now on D-Bomb along the straight and way before the braking for turn 4. So Corey back into P4 as they have a nice little battle. Bartas loses place there, but to Valungus and Whoopi, it's get a pretty good view of the battle ahead of us. So Bartas doing well, by the way. P13 now, but was running along very nicely. And he's got a good view of this battle. It'd be good for him if these two can battle and he can sort of, you know, just sort of leech onto the back of them for the DRS. That would be ideal for him. Might just help him defend a little bit from Gaza. He's got the slightly younger tyres. Hang on, what else have we got? Still, Lycoris and Monster's still very close. Is Monster's going to get a run back on Lycoris here? So Chris is very close to getting back in the 1 second of Gunnar. So to give you an idea at the moment, the medium tyre runners are around sort of 30-32%, that sort of area. Highest of them is 35%, which is Valungus. I can't actually see Valungus, unfortunately. The hard tyre guys, though, they're in the high 20s. So, interestingly, the lowest hard tyre runner in terms of wear is Bartas. Who is on 24%. Obviously, he's not literally the lowest because you've got Brian who's only just pitted on 3 laps now. So, but I mean, the guys that actually pitted on the safety car. So, where are our battles? It's still the same drivers at the moment. It would be nice if some of the other drivers could maybe something. It's well, in fact they have actually. Gaza is catching onto the back of Bartas now. Around the hairpin. And into turn 4, Gaza makes the move. Bartas leaves the room. And through goes Gaza, back up to P13 now. And he'll be off after Valungus, who, as we said, is the highest on the tyre wear. Hunter is into the pits. Now then, is this a planned pit stop, or has he picked up some damage somewhere? He's going to the softs, but I'll tell you what, I think he's going to regret that, you know. I don't think there's any real value in that pit stop. I guess he's giving it a go, he's trying something, and I always applaud that if somebody gives something a go. Something isn't working at the time, so make a stop, get a fresh set of boots, and give something different a go. But I just feel he may have too much to do to get back up to the sort of positions that he was already running in. And Chris is in. Chris is into the pits. Well, I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled. I don't know why these pit stops are occurring. Well, I mean, I can only go by what I'm saying, but they should be able to get to the end of this race with ease. Well, I guess for Chris, he's only exited in P7. The problem is the gaps. He's got 3 seconds to make up just to Monsters. Then he's got over 9 seconds to Bowden. We'll see how they go, I guess, as we have yellow flags. For McLaren, it looks like it was Brian. Well, I can only assume coming at the final corner. Let's just go down to here. Hunter's gotten past Bartas then. So he's going after Gaza. Will be his next, but he's 4.5 seconds up the road. Gaza's right on the back of this battle as well, which is Lungus and Whoopi. Well, if nothing else, it's going to give those guys a bit of excitement to the end, making their way back through the pack, isn't it? I guess. Now Bowden's pitting. He went to Hards previously, so... Can't quite see him yet, but that just behind us, you'll start to see a dot in the background, and that will be Hunter on the softs. Look very carefully then, I think you could have seen it, but oh guys, come on! Only have one car in one space at a time, and Hunter's ended up in a wall. Sorry, not Hunter, Volungus. And it's only pure luck that hasn't caused a safety car. So, with the Bowden pit stop, Chris is already back up to P5. But he has an 11.5 second gap now to Corey and D-Bomb, who are still battling away, providing the entertainment for the evening, these two. But there may be an element of having to say, right, actually, maybe we should stop because we've got a soft runner behind us. He may be 11 seconds behind at the moment, but that gap is going to start to fall pretty quickly. I'm just a little bit surprised by Chris's pit stop because, for me, he was guaranteed P2. He was literally a second off a goon there. He's got a penalty. So I'm just a little bit shocked by his choice to stop. Well, there you go. I'd say it's each to their own, but he seems to be one of the best drivers on tyre wear as well. So if anybody could have got the mediums to the end, I think it would be him. So in a way. I would be worried right now. If I was Chris, I'd be worried right now because that gap is not coming down as fast as I would expect it to. Quite honestly. You would expect to be into 20 lap old hard tyres. You'd expect to be in a good, at least 2 seconds a lap out of them. I'd be a little bit worried if I was Chris. So again, Whoopi involved in a battle. Some with Lycorius. Lycorius has the fresh soft tyres. Corey gets back past D-Bomb once again. Stick with this one. It's not easy to do, by the way, when you're on fresh soft tyres and you're following someone who's on pretty worn, whether it be hards or mediums, quite frankly. It's not easy to follow them. A little bit of an argy-bargy going on there. Looks to be got the DRS. I feel like Corey seems to get this done. She's got monsters on 2 lap younger softs than he's on. But even Gazza will be starting to smell a little bit of blood if these guys don't get a move on and get past Whoopi, because their softs do go off rather quick. And the laps are disappearing for the soft guys now. Monsters, you feel is going to have to follow Oikorius through pretty sharpish. And look, Chris has gotten to 5.8 seconds now behind Corey and D-Bomb as the allows. Sorry, yeah, of course. Monsters is his teammate, so Whoopi allows Monsters through. And Monsters in DRS range of Lycorius, and he will go after him. So 2 lap younger tyres. Not sure what the penalties are, so really want to look at that in a moment. Chris now 5 seconds to gap. Thing is, oh Corey! Oh, he'd be annoyed. No, Corey. And he'll be annoyed by that. Got 3 seconds there, so close to the end. That's pretty much going to nail him on losing out to both D-Bomb and Chris, and maybe even Bowden. Yeah, it's becoming quite evident that these soft tyres are not completely great. I think, in hindsight, Craig, you said to me earlier on, what tyres would I use in the sprint? And I said, probably, well, depending on where I started, I might use softs, but I think now, in hindsight, now I'm seeing this stint from the soft guys, as Monsters does get the move on Lycorius. The thing is, can he shake him? Yeah, I think I would have been one of the ones that chose the mediums. But to be fair, on the whole, as Gazza gets past Whoopi, Gazza penalty free as well, so he's got the advantage there, and he wants to see if he can hold on to these soft guys. The softs do start to fail him a little bit towards the end. He might be able to hold in to the 3 seconds, but if that is indeed what the penalties they are, they've got R. Corey and D-Bomb again. So let's just nip back to Gazza and Whoopi. So I suspect Whoopi's going to get a chance to come back. Moves to the inside. Probably have this done way before the break-in, I'd imagine. Oh. Ease off to get the DRS then. He did. Goodbye mind games, guys, or a bit naughty. Not really supposed to do that. That was made illegal a while ago now. But in a way, it's a game, so they will continue battling in a way. That won't be the end of that little battle whatsoever. As Monsters gets out of Checo, and I'm going to say again, it's going along very nicely. B9. We said it earlier on, his forte is definitely the race. He always performs much better in the race than he does in quali. Checo. Bless him, but oh, So Ferrari appears to his inside. Wow, here we go. 3 of them side by side. Checo's a bit later on the brakes and holds the position off of both of them. Despite being on the 25 lap old hard tyres, the Outbrakes, Monsters and Lycorius are both on relatively fresh softs. Probably slightly more than softs now, actually, they're probably regarded as. And so he is back into P8. He's obviously going to be vulnerable. But that was brilliant. That was probably my favourite part of the race, you know. My favourite little move, or whatever you want to call it. Whether you call that a move, or whether you call that perhaps a defensive move. That was probably my favourite little bit, I think. That was my highlight. That was brilliant from Checo. So he's obviously going to be vulnerable now, these last couple of laps to both of them. But, so I don't know what the penalties are, so he may be able to get these places anyway. So, he's done it again! He's done it again! I missed it, but he did it again! And come out ahead of both of them. I have no idea how he's doing that. Checo's tyres just hit 50%. These hard tyres. So, just to mention, front guys are on to the last lap of the race. As D-Bomb looks to go the inside of Corey. Corey is going to try and defend it. Who's got the DRS? They both got DRS. Because of the lapped car ahead of them, they both pick up the DRS. Of course, there is a penalty involved here, but they still want the... still want to finish ahead of each other on track. But they provided us great entertainment through the race in a way, these two, as have some of the others. Not sure what's happened to Bowden's challenge up the field. Oh, Checo, nothing's happened, has it? No. Nothing's happened, it's just that they have got ahead of him this time. Well, sorry, like Lycorius has. And Monsters are still stuck there. Valiant from Checo. Boulogne crosses the line and wins in Austria. Gunnar P2, D-Bomb P3. Chris picks up P4 at 3 seconds to Corey. So late in the race. I think it was turn 1 of lap 32. He's picks up 3 seconds, which demotes him into 5th, but it's still a very good result, Corey. So well done. Bowden P6, Hunter 7, Lycorius in 8. Monsters in 9, Checo P10. Absolutely superb Checo. That battling at the end was absolutely brilliant. Really was. Oh, hang on, what's going on? There was a little bit of messing about at the end there. I think he's jumped both of them due to the penalties. Checo had less penalties, but Gaza being penalty free, he's jumped all the way up to P8, so it's ended up in a P8 and P9 for Red Bull. So well done, Red Bull. Gaza and Checo both finishing in the top 10. So then we had, Lycorius P10, Monsters P11, Whoopi in P12, Bartas 13, Volungus 14, Steve in P15, Brian 16. So, and we had the, so I'll just skip through past that a second. Let me just quickly nip through the sprint result, just scroll down to the bottom, and then the race result as well. You see a lot of penalties involved. Okay, wow, there's a 21 seconds there. I think it's Whoopi. Yeah, it was indeed. Okay, anyway, fastest lap of the race goes to Brian with a 105.271. For retirements, unfortunately, Massey, Ronaldo, X11 and Twiglet, the 4 retirements, all retired in the pits, which is a bit of a shame to see, guys, but I don't know what sort of damage they might have had or anything like that. let's quickly get to the race director and get the incidents. Quickly just scroll through them so that the stewards can use them if they need to. There we go. Okay, guys, let's get in the top 3. So, Boulange invites Gunnar and D-Bomb. Unfortunately, I didn't get in time there. Let's do it from the lobby instead. Gunnar and D-Bomb. Okay, here's D-Bomb, and just waiting on Gunnar. Here he is.
Yeah.
Excellent. Hello.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, Gunnar.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. Right, okay. Can you, all of you, just make sure you tick the box to include your audio, please, in the party menu?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So on your Xbox, so press your Xbox button, and go to the use your RB, so your right button, to go to the party menu, and click into the party. And there should be a little box that you tick at the top that says include audio.
Okay, that's ticked.
There you go. Excellent. Awesome job. So, there we go. Right then. Well, D-Bomb, I'll come to you first in a way. So, third place today. You had a superb battle with Corey all the way through that. It's just keeping on to and fro-ing and changing position all the way through. Yeah, Corey, 4 laps in the end, I think it was lap 32. He just picked up 3 seconds, which meant that you were always going to take the podium. But,
yeah.
You know, take us through your race anyway, buddy, and you know, from your
point. I qualified a little bit higher than expected, to be honest with you. I had a good sprint race and a good battle with Gunnar. Managed to just hold that tow rope right till the end in the last lap and managed to get past to get the second place start in the main race. And then I wasn't that comfortable in the inters at the start, if I'm honest, but managed to kind of stay in there. Had a great couple of laps battling with my teammate Massey, side by side, ran 3 or 4 corners, which was brilliant. And then kind of settled into the race once it got into the hards. And just to and from with Corey most of the race. I didn't really want to be fighting with him because obviously it was going to cost us both time, and I could see Chris was gaining on us quite quickly on the softs toward that end last stint for him. But just managed to just do enough, and really enjoyable race. Like I say, great battling with a few lads, and really good respect amongst all the drivers. Brilliant, enjoyed it.
Yeah, fair play. I mean, it's good to have you in, and it's enjoyable to watch you drive tonight. It's you had a good sprint race and a very good quali as well. The quali times were brilliant. Like, I think the top 11 were all in the 104s. So
wow.
Yeah, so superb. But very close sprint and feature race as well. But kept all clean, and you know, which makes it enjoyable for everyone. So fair play, man. Really well drove. And we hope to see you on the grid. Future. Are you actually full time or?
No, I'm down reserve on a Sunday, but hoping to get a seat on a Sunday if one were to come available.
Okay, so that's fine. Okay, Gunnar, P2 tonight, buddy. Congratulations. Probably the maximum you could have got tonight, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, Boudon's just different level tonight, and he fair play to him there. He didn't have the pace for him tonight. But the sprint was alright. I had a couple of good battles there. Managed to pick up some points, and that D-Bomb got me in the last lap. Was a bit gutted about, but
he was sneaky. He was saving up his ERS.
I was.
He was very, very sneaky.
But I asked Lance a couple of laps before. I said, "Can you see any of their red lights flashing?" And he said, "Yeah, they've been flashing for a few laps. His and Massey's," and I still had about 20%. So I just started pushing mine, and then I clocked on. He started saving again, which ultimately cost me.
He was on something like 70% or something. So
yeah. Well, I think I was quite low in the downforce, I think, compared to him. So
yeah.
Well, I noticed that in the wet anyway in the main race because I was rubbish through sector 2 and 3, but I was just gaining on the straights, managed to keep that gap there.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
dried up, and yeah, I think it favoured me in the dry because I was on the hards, and I thought, well, I sort of Chris pitted, and I was like, right, surely Boulon just has to pit. And
Yeah,
I was just, well, it must have been deep in puncher territory.
No, I don't think he would have been. In all fairness, I was really surprised that Chris pitted. The tyres were around about 40% at that point. They could have got to the end easy. I guess the point would have been is just how much they would have dropped off time wise. But
Yeah, I mean, I did
there
close
wasn't
up
really
to
any
Boulon a
risk.
bit in the last lap, but ultimately it weren't enough. But
Yeah,
it's 26 laps, I think he done on them mediums.
yeah, that's right. So,
It's
yeah,
good,
fair
it's
play.
crazy.
So yeah, I think there's a big part of that. The actual main feature race there for you was early on when you managed to get the gap to Corey and D-Bomb, and you created a nice little a couple of second gap or something. But as you said,
Yeah, I think they
because
had a
you're
little coming
running,
together, or I think Corey tapped him or something or something like that into the hairpin. And I noticed it. I managed to like get away a bit.
they did, yeah, I think that did happen. Yeah, I think there was a little tap on the backside, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Otherwise, he would have just been with me the whole race. I think it would have just been we would have
yeah.
just been going to and fro for
But
the
like you
whole race.
said,
I think.
with the difference in setups, if you're running a lower wing, it's the hard thing is to get out of the 1 second. But once you're out, it's obviously
Yeah.
with the lower wing, it's easier to stay out of it, I suppose. But
Well, it weren't
yeah,
mega lower, I don't think, but I think it must have just been a click or two probably. But it's
um,
enough just to notice it.
well, you were 3.7. Oh, actually, your speed trap speed's really low. Um, one of the
What
lowest,
in the
in
race or
fact.
qualifying?
This was race. Um,
Mm.
so this is the feature race. So yeah, you're 3.17 through the speed trap, which is one of the lowest. Um, it's because of DRS, of
Oh yeah,
course.
but I didn't have DRS for any of that
No,
race either.
no, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
I
Because
was running
Boulogne,
25. I was running 25, 21 my wings.
right. Yeah, Boulogne is actually the slowest through the speed trap. No, the second slowest through the speed trap actually. Oh no, he is the slowest because the slowest on here is Ronaldo, who only ever had the intermediates on. So, yeah, Boulogne was the slowest through the speed trap, 6 kilometers an hour slower than you. So, yeah, there you go.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, bit of useless information there. Anyway, let's go to our winner. Boulogne, fair play tonight, man. Gunnar said it. Gunnar said it. You're on a different level tonight. Your quali was unreal, 104.150, I think it was. So just an unbelievable lap of quali, and then you controlled both races from the start. You picked up the gap pretty quickly, and you held that gap. So yeah, just take us through it and.
Actually, perfect quality. Like, tried to manage the first turn. The first turn was my weakest point. Managed it very well. Got a good result in quality. The sprint, I tried to extend my gap from Guna at D-bomb as soon as possible because I knew if I extend it, I'll have easy win. He'll be fighting all around the race.
Yeah.
In the actual race, I was quite scared before the start because I saw raining. Because in the rain, I'm like terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, very good start. Very good management in the rain. The safety car actually came in like in the perfect time. Like when I was turning before the pit lane entry, it came in, so I had to pit directly. I had to
Yeah.
pick mediums because hards, I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable with them, especially after in a little bit wet track. Yeah. So
Yeah.
after the safety car starts, I think I jumped a little bit D-bomb. He was quite sleeping. I don't know.
Well, you went very early. You did go
Yeah,
very
yeah,
early.
yeah. That,
So yeah,
I,
I'm not
yeah,
surprised you caught him because that was very early indeed.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but it worked nicely.
yeah. Very good race, man.
So,
Absolutely good race.
um,
Perfect race, perfect. Like
yeah,
combination between the track you love, you know.
yeah.
Very good
Well,
track. I was quite scared, like in the turn, where like Hamilton crashed in 2022. That turn on the left. As well, I was
Right.
quite scared there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all. Yeah, perfect edge.
Okay. Just to give you a shout, Craig in the chat has said Boulogne your driver of the day. Certainly, from my point of view, I think streamers driver of the day. You're definitely my driver of the day. So
Yeah, probably my driver
well
of the day as
done.
well. 20,
Thanks, man.
26
Thanks.
laps in the
GG.
Well
mediums.
done. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
too
give a
nice.
little shout out to Checo again though, because he definitely takes my highlight of the day with a superb double overtake into the hairpin. 25 laps he done on his hard tyres, and he overtook two guys that were on 6 and 8 lap old softs by outbraking them, by late braking them, and making the corner easy. So, yeah, fair play to Checo on that one. That's definitely the highlight.
Jeez.
There you go. But there we go. That is Austria. Gunnar, you're the boss man in the chat. So where are we next week? You know, don't you?
One of my all-time favourites, mate. Next week,
Spa.
Portugal.
Oh,
No,
all-time favourite.
Portugal.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it's a good
Absolutely
track.
loved Portimao.
It is a good track. It is a good track.
Yeah.
What about you, D-Bum? You a Portimao fan?
To be honest with you, it's a while since I've done it. I haven't done many of that tracks on this game this year. I haven't been able to get on as much as I'd like, so it's one I'd have to get reacquainted with.
Yeah. It's like all those sort of tracks that were a little bit iffy on the curves and that. You know, it is better to drive this year, like all of them are really. So, yeah, I've always liked the track. I have to say, I don't know if it being one of my favourites, but I've always liked it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
And Silverstone tomorrow as well. We got.
Yeah,
we
that'd
have,
be good
yeah. So that'll be
race
a
as well.
that'll be a hilly win. That one. I can feel it in my bones. But yeah, guys, it won't be a hilly win. But Hilly might get top 10 if he's lucky.
Nah, it'd be a fairly or Cialdini, I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm sure. Right, guys. Well, as always, thank you to everybody that's watched live. I have paid out the predictions. So well done to Corey. The prediction was, will Corey finish P8 in the P8 or higher in the race, and he did indeed by finishing P5. So well done, Corey. And well done to the winners. No losers tonight, so the house is lost tonight. But anyway, yeah. Thank you very much. Enjoy the tiny little bit that's left of your weekends. Have a good week at whatever you're doing. I'll be back on Tuesday for WAOF1 at 8 o'clock, so come and join me for that one. And don't forget, HRF1 will be live tomorrow night. Not sure who with actually, Gunnar, because Steve's working or something.
Trem's doing comms tomorrow night.
It's Trent tomorrow night, that's right. So,
Trem's giving up his seat. Yeah, he's going to give his seat up and do comms for us.
It's very kind of Trem. So thank you, Trem, for that. So please do tune in for that one. We'll obviously share the link in the Discord and that. So yeah, thanks guys. See you soon. Good night. God bless. Have a good one.
Yep.